Thank you. Behave yourselves, or not so much. Okay, here we go.
Where does yesterday's future, which is already here, meet today's future, which is about to happen, and tomorrow's future, which could be just minutes away? Welcome to Technology Revolution, the future of now, where host Bonnie D. Graham asks savvy futurists for their predictions about the tech-driven trends that are shaping our future right now. Here's your host, who will take us into the future of now, Bonnie D. Graham.
Hey, thank you to the voice of Ryan Treasure, Bonnie D here. This is so exciting. Week 1 of my 9th annual Crystal Ball Prediction Special. Used to do it with 14 guests in an hour when it was only on the phones. What a ride that was. Now I have the privilege of watching my guests think and project and be visionaries and futurists, because we're on Zoom. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I have a little poem. Those of you who follow the show all year, and thank you to our fans, our listeners, our viewers all over the world. This year, we were ranked number 6 on the top 70 technology podcasts to listen to in 2023. Thank you, by FeedSpot. We've dropped a little in the rankings now, so I'm counting on all of you. Let's bring those numbers up. But I have a little bit of, we've been focusing on AI this year. I have a little bit of breaking news, and then I'm going to read my poem, which is something I input text to ChatGPT. It gives me back, and at 1,000, 2, 1,000. There it is, like less than 3 seconds. And then I edit it and change it so it sounds like a human wrote it. Sometimes it does. But here's the breaking news. This is from AI Tool Report. If any of you want to get that newsletter, let me know. It was from yesterday, the 5th of December, 2023. In 2023, AI's impact on technology was significant enough to influence the word of the year selections, get this, of the Oxford Dictionary, the Cambridge Dictionary, and the Merriam-Webster Dictionary. What do you think of that, Bob? The words hallucinate also made the top. Authentic made the top. I say real deal. I don't like authentic anymore. And the word prompt was a runner-up. So that's why I've been doing the future of something and AI all year. So let me read my poem. When I call your name, just wave. Okay, here we go. Welcome, worldwide audience, seekers of time's reprieve, to week 1 Crystal Ball predictions, where 2024 we will weave. With host Bonnie D, aka Maestro Ella of Manana, somebody called me that, Sultaness of Speculation, Kirsten, I can't believe this, and the Diva of Divination Drama. No Doc Brown DeLorean needed. Our journey won't be too wild, but mind-bending, oh yes, like Marty McFly's guitar riff he styled. Hope you like that. A panel of seers, futurists, creme de la creme. Wave when I call you. Mary, Dan, Jed, Josh, Kirsten, Bob. Are you all waving? I don't see anybody waving. Let me do it again. Mary, Dan, Jed, Josh, Kirsten, Bob, Jason, Tom, and Eddie. She will welcome each of them. Leaders with vision, predictions on the air, a trip to the future. Marty McFly's can't compare. 2024's technologies our panelists will unveil, confident and articulate. But will their words prevail? So fill your cup with Java Joe, Earl, Jack, or Dom, for technology revolution awaits. Our panels poised with aplomb. Let me see you all have aplomb. There you are. Join Bonnie D with her mic in red. She'll lead us into 2024, wishing you all a great year ahead. What'd you think of the poem? We get a thumbs up on that one? What'd you think? Everybody?
Using the chat bots that are available for anyone to create to build these really robust, individualized learning experiences for students, especially again in that K-12 space, where they can talk to people and bring, for example, history to life. So many of us snooze through history. I ended up being a history undergrad major, but in school it was so boring because it was just memorizing facts. If we can build these bots, you can interview the people that were there, you can experience the event. So my prediction is within the next year or two, you're going to see much more of that happening in the education space.
That's all. Personalized coaching for students and for educators, where we will have agents, AI agents working with us, but we'll actually have teachers and experts that are really helpful at kind of crafting that experience for a given student or a given student body. We'll also have, let's say AI ethicists that are working with new tools. So I think that there's going to be a lot of jobs. And I think the positive thing is you just have to kind of keep focused on all this stuff, keep training on it, working on it, and expecting that it's going to change. But I think if you're in the mix, it's a good outcome.
I think the AI models will go, or the AI business models will evolve to make it a little bit more easier to protect those copyrights. So let me give you an example. Adobe and Getty Images are emphasizing, as they're going to market, that their generative AI engines creating their images have only been trained on licensed content. So that really protects those that are using their models to get images. They're protected. And so I think in general, business models will take a little bit of time to catch up to where the AI technology is going. But as we evolve, I think there's going to be a transition where we get out of the Wild West and we get into sustainable business models that protect the creators.
If you look at indoor farming, so all those fields that were full of corn and beans and tomatoes before, sprayed with pesticides and everything else that everybody wants to try to avoid, a lot of that's moving indoors. So you see the greenhouses, but now vertical farms where you can actually introduce more robotics. And again, AI looking for what's the ripe tomato, what's the perfect strawberry. And there's a few companies out there today that are doing that. But again, this task-based AI is really going to expand those areas. So yeah, more and more non-repeatable tasks that can be automated that will be automated in the future. To kind of feed off what Dan was saying as well with jobs that don't exist today. It was recently I was reading a McKinsey report, and I apologize, I don't remember the date, but it's something like 2040, 30 to 35% of the jobs that exist in 2040 do not exist today. So that's how
learning, you often have like some sort of knowledge check at the end of a session. And if an employee or the participant perhaps answers only part of those questions, or doesn't get quite all the facts straight, or doesn't seem to really be able to apply what it is that they need to apply, or not applying it in the right way, for AI to be able to be responsive and guide them towards a next step or a review of something without a program manager having to step in and say, okay, no, you need to go back and take this again so that you do understand it. I think having that very responsive learning in technology would be really, really interesting to see as a way to really elevate the learning and really elevate the impact of that learning on the business.
Is your AI agent will be a voice in your ear. We won't need to use computers or cell phones or anything anymore. You're in your ear, whether it's slightly, similar to the iPods we wear today or the, whatever we use. Everything will be in your ear. You'll tell your AI agent, I need to find some chicken masala for dinner tonight. Where do I go? And it will direct you. Or my flight's been, it'll tell you your flight's been delayed. Do you want me to book you a new one? And you'll say yes, and it will do it. Or I'll present 2 or 3 offers to you, and you'll tell it which one you want. It's going to be pretty incredible. And then the flying cars, a little specifically, I dug into that a little bit. I think it's going to happen sooner. It's going to happen probably by 2032.
One is a sort of ancillary in that, like, one of the big problems of being an independent writer is the fact that you have to go through the whole process of editing, and you got to find somebody to do that, and you have to self-publish yourself. That takes a lot of time and money usually because you have to pay an editor. I think there'll be a editor AI that gets created very soon that you'll just send your manuscript to, and it will do all of the obviously type setting type stuff. It'll go through and check for all the typos, like we essentially have that now with Grammarly, but it'll do the other stuff too. I think it'll give you style tips, and it'll give you sort of a rating of whether it fits your style that you've written.
Take the Beatles last release, that just came out. They were able to take John Lennon's vocals and put it together with the current Beatles and actually produce their last hit. And it was a great understanding of not only the song, but also of the sound that they produced back in the 60s and 70s. I think the other thing that's interesting that was mentioned is coding. I believe that you're going to see the first coding engines that are going to be out within the next 12 to 18 months. The telecom industry, where you're no longer going to have to worry about switches. You're not going to have to worry about which network you're on or which provider you're going. Your phone will be smart enough to basically retune you to wherever it needs to be at the lowest common denominator at the lowest price. And then not only do you get that, but then you get that back as a refund back onto your bill.
Publishing world, I think AI will help authors find their audience, because they'll help them market to the people that are looking for their types of books. That's going to be the biggest thing, is going to be on the advertising side. And I also think that AI will help with the prompts, with the stories. If someone has writer's block, we'll say, I think they'll look at their previous books and they'll say, hey, try this. And as a publisher, I'd be very careful on taking a manuscript that has been created by AI or even partially created by AI, because there's a lot of copyright issues with that. So what would I be able to copyright under our imprint? It's always the author that gets the copyright, but a lot of times the publishers do the copyright. So there's copyright laws that have to be concerned with. And I don't know if I'd take a book that has been done with AI, at least not where it is right now.
2.5 minutes left. I want to use that. So let's go to, what are you planning to drink that's special over the holiday? And let's just go really, really fast around the table. I'm going to go in the original order. So Mary, what are you drinking?
I'm going to have Shamadan tea, otherwise known as hot slivovitz.
Whoa, you have a recipe real fast for us?
It's slivovitz, a little bit of sugar, some water, you boil it, you drink it, and you burn out your throat.
Thank you very much. Okay, you just burn that.
It's an Eastern European plum brandy.
Thank you very much. Jed Taylor, what are you drinking?
Hot chocolate with the mini marshmallows. And I don't drink hot chocolate very frequently, but during the holidays, it's a special treat.
Very nice. What do you use for the chocolate part? Is it dry cocoa when you mix it with sugar, or do you have a special blend?
No, dry cocoa. The cocoa's not as important as the marshmallow.
Ooh, okay. Mini, good brand. Yes, pay a little more. Let's go to Josh Leith for holidays. What are you drinking?
Oh, probably lots of hot cocoa too. I like that one. We like to go to a lot of the outdoor stuff with the kids, and there's always hot cocoa at hand, right? So that's a favorite of our family at the holiday.
Anybody mixing it with a candy cane, with a little bit of mint in there? No, yes,
maybe.
Used to be. There's an idea for you. I have an idea
all the
too.
Adult beverages.
Well, we didn't get to you yet, Bob. That's your job. Kirsten, what are you drinking?
I like the Jack Frost cocktail.
Yeah.
It's lemonade, vodka, Prosecco, ice, and blue curacao.
I think Bob might be writing that down. I see. Bob, you're next. What are you drinking besides what Kirsten just mentioned?
Hot apple pie, one of my favorite adult drinks. 2 ounces, Tuaca, half a cup of apple cider, hot, stir with a cinnamon stick, whipped cream if you like. Tastes like apple pie, awesome.
Very nice. And the aftertaste is a glow, right? Jason Palmetier, what are you drinking?
I do hot chocolate too, but I mix in the holidays like Kahlua or something, some sort of alcoholic coffee or chocolate beverage.
Just got adult. Tom, drinking?
Start with eggnog and Thanksgiving, and then work to anything that's in my hand through Christmas.
Eddie Vincent, what are you drinking?
Just apple cider. It's plain old apple cider.
Plain old apple cider. I'll give you all a clue. If you go on Amazon or anywhere, they make a whisk that is battery run, and it has its own little stands on the counter. It's $15 or something. And if you put your heavy whipping cream into a little metal container, stick the container in the fridge first with ice cubes, then clean it out, put it in, and this thing will whisk in about 1.5 minutes, whipped cream just enough to put on your hot chocolate or whatever you're drinking. And it's perfect. Add a little sugar. I said that. And do that. I want to thank Andrew, my engineer. I want you to all wave goodbye. And we have a quick out. You know what we're going to do at the end? I want you all to put up your finger. Stop waving first. We're going to do no, no, no. On the count of 3, you're going to say no, no, no. People say the future was already here. And our answer is 1, 2, 3. Loud. No.
No, no,
no,
no.
no. That's because, well, that was a little weak on the third one. No, because that was yesterday's future. It's come, it's gone. My sentence was the future. I didn't say it, and now I did, and it's gone. We're all going to do our best. AI, it's here to make next year and the years after a much better one. Now you can all wave goodbye. Bye to LinkedIn, bye to Facebook. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you to Voice America.